Hello Pokemon fans, PokemonCPC here bringing you another Pokemon building video. So today we have Yanmega, and Yanmega, I was kind of messing around in Showdown's 1v1 section, and I tend to do this a lot, like, pick a random Pokemon I feel that, actually has potential and all that good stuff. And I decided to pick Yanmega, and with it's knowing that it was 1v1, I needed Yanmega to just take out the enemies as fast as possible. So obviously the first thing that comes in mind was Choice Scarf. Now I was looking through Yanmega's abilities, and yeah, obviously Yanmega is kind of known for his speed boost ability, but that doesn't mean that his other abilities should be taken for granted. I mean, his Tinted Lens ability is by far a great ability, especially for 1v1s. So the whole purpose of this is pretty much heavy attacker. You get your Choice Scarf up, you have, your 252 EVs in special attack and speed, and you just have to hope that you can outspeed the, your opponent. If he has a Talonflame, then you're kind of going to be out of luck with this set, because, Talonflame will pretty much destroy Yanmega with the priority and everything. Otherwise, if the player decides to do a Flare Blitz, you most likely might outrun the Yanmega, depending on what type of Talonflame you're up against. But so basically, we got the item Choice Scarf, we got the good speed and special attack. Now in terms of moveset, again, it's just heavy hitter. So I did Air Slash, Bug Buzz. Bug Buzz, you could put Signal Beam instead if you want that confusion chance, but honestly, I just went with Bug Buzz because it's just more powerful, and you still have a chance to bring down your opponent's special defense. So if you're against a bulky opponent, then that will help. Ancient Power, just because some threats that are pretty current nowadays is Charizard, Wise, and everything. So that will actually help you a lot. And then as for Shadow Ball, this one was kind of hard for me to think about. If you guys suggest a better idea for Shadow Ball, I just put Shadow Ball in there. It does help against fairy types and dark types and whatnot, like Aegis Slash and whatnot. So it does help. But and that's where Tinted Lens comes in. It gives you a boost for attacks that are resistance against your opponent. So if your opponent has a Tyranitar, well, Air Slash is going to do a pretty decent amount of damage, believe it or not. It's actually going to probably, get half of his health and whatnot. So, and plus flinch hacks. So, again, you will get the stab from the Air Slash, and the fact that the Tinted Lens helps you if you're up against a, enemy that overpowers you. It gives you a chance, at least. So, I kind of was like, Tinted Lens will help in 1v1s. That's good. So, that this is kind of where I started with on Yanmega. And then I started to, change it a bit. So, from here I pretty much just went from Choice Scarf. And then I was like, okay, now I have to make Yanmega into less of a 1v1 player and more of a setup and destroy sweeper player. So, that's kind of where I went from here. So, let's go on to the next set, shall we? So this Yanmega is by far a really unique Yanmega. Now, I got this idea while I was playing 1v1s, and I ran into a player with a Shedinja. And to my surprise, I was like, okay, I got this. It's Shedinja. I can just Air Slash it to death. It's done. But Shedinja used Endure, and I was just curious, why is he using Endure? He knows he's gonna die pretty much. And believe it or not, this Shedinja had a weakness policy on it. And I was like, weakness policy Shedinja. I've never seen that before. And the Endure strategy just gave me a lot of ideas right off the bat. So that's when I decided, you know what? I'm going to give Yanmega the weakness policy, give him speed boost, and give him Endure. Because Yanmega has Endure, which is pretty awesome. So I kind of duked out a lot of people with their Charizard Wise, where I made it so that I would use Endure, let them use their Flamethrower attack, obviously, or whatever they run. And obviously, Yanmega takes the attack, and then all of a sudden, Yanmega gets that extra attack boost, extra special attack boost, and then at the end of the turn, there you go. Now you have an extra speed boost. That's pretty much set up Yanmega without any really, you know, like, it's not like you didn't really have to work that hard to get this type of setup for Yanmega. Now, the flaws with this is the fact that Yanmega might actually run into 1 HP. Sometimes I've had the situation where Yanmega, you know, he used Endure, but only half of his health went out, and that still helped. I mean, that still kicks off the weakness policy, so as long as you can kick it off right off the bat, it does help. Only other flaws that I had with this set is, again, if a player has priority and you do Endure and then they use their priority move again, Brave Bird Talonflame, you're going to be in trouble. So try, like, I mean, again, this would be a nice set if you're up against a team that doesn't really have priority moves, and you can easily sweep with this team. I've sweeped a lot of teams with this Yanmega, and this Yanmega is actually really good. In terms of nature, we changed it to Modest. I think I didn't mention the last nature in the other set. The last nature was Timid. This time it's Modest. We want to increase, you know, Yanmega's special attack because he is going to get the speed boost anyways. I mean, I don't think Yanmega is really going to get outsped that easily. I mean, Talonflame, if Yanmega can get that first speed boost, he can outspeed a Talonflame pretty much. So, but then again, Talonflame priority, so that won't really matter at the same time. But again, this really does help Yanmega. Like, this strategy, again, it just kind of dukes out the player because, you know, I don't think many people have done an Endure weakness policy set. So if I can ever find that trainer again that showed me the Shedinja weakness policy set, I would give him a lot of credit for this, because that is by far a really genius set. Other things we'll add for this Yanmega, we got rid of the Shadow Ball, and we're gonna put in Hypnosis. So again, one way you could probably you know, save yourself from priority at times. Like, it depends on what you're up against. Hypnosis will help. Sure, Hypnosis has a small chance of getting through, but when you get Hypnosis off, it gives you a lot of time to get your speed boost off, and it gives you some time to do some, you know, flinch hacks. So this set overall, I feel, is a riskier set, but at the same time, it just works. So try considering that. Maybe if you have other ways to work around it with the weakness policy Endure, and you have other Pokemon that can do this, I suggest you should try it out. Again, this is my first time doing a set like this with Endure weakness policy, so again, it works. Now, as for this set, this is one of the sets I decided to take in for double battles. It's more of, like, you know, it's more of a Yanmega that isn't supposed to hit that hard. It's more of like just set up and stall out. And yeah, Yanmega really isn't one to really, it's like, it's a frail Pokemon. It's not really one to stay alive. It has a good high defense stat, so it helps against a couple of rock moves, since most rock moves are physical. But unfortunately, special defense runs flat, so it tends to be a bother, and it can really hurt this type of setup Yanmega. But overall, if you can pull this off, it can really help your other Pokemon. Sometimes you want to team up maybe a Pokemon Fake Out just for this to work out properly, just so you can get Yanmega to get his speed boost and everything. That's why I gave Protect, just so Yanmega gets his speed boost right off the bat, so he can outspeed and set up his Substitute, his Tailwind, his Air Slash. This is mainly a Yanmega that's supposed to help you. That's why a lot of the stats are kind of mixed up here. Special defense is 56, so try to get that, you know, special defense a little bit high. 60 on the defense, again, rock moves. HP a lot, just so you can get good substitute offs. You know, just so you can get some substitutes off without losing too much health. And then obviously 252 speed. that's a no-brainer. And as for the nature, I just did Timid. Okay, I mean, 252 speed. Doesn't really need the attack stat. Yanmega doesn't really have that incredible of an attack move pool anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But obviously you just will run speed boost. I gave it Citrus Berry. You could possibly give it different items for setup, like maybe leftovers, but I just feel the Citrus Berry will help overall. Then again, you can also just give it a Focus Sash, but then there's the problem of priority. So a little bit of mixing up you can do with the items here. And as for the moveset, again, Protect to get the speed boost off, Substitute after you get the speed boost off, And then after you get the substitute, and if you can successfully keep it up for the next turn, that's when you go for Tailwind. And then constantly either go again for another substitute if you think you can make one, or just constantly do Air Slash and hope your partner Pokemon is still alive and kicking. So that's mainly what this set is all about. It's mainly just for doubles. And I tested a little bit. It's all right. It works somewhat. I mean, I don't know what the perfect Pokemon is to synergize with this type of set. So if you want, you can try to be creative there. But this is kind of a set I feel works for double battle Yanmega. And last but not least, the last set I have to show, that was a lot of sets. I mean, usually I will do 3, but this time I have 4. Now this set was just an oddball set. I did not test this set out. It was mostly just for the heck of it. I was just wanted to mess around with a couple of things and see what could possibly work. So again, this set isn't really recommended unless you want to test it out and see if it works for me. But honestly, I just decided to make an oddball set because I like making oddball sets and making just random stuff so people can be creative or try to mess around with my ideas, I guess you could say. So this one contains Assault Vest, so of course you can't run Hypnosis, Endure, or anything like that. But this, having Assault Vest does help against fire types, so it does also mean you could sort of set up. So this Yanmega has 252 speed, 252 special attack, but we made it modest because again you have the speed boost ability, so that's gonna help. You could put Tinted Lens since you're gonna have Assault Vest to protect you mainly in terms of health and whatnot. So you could just do 252 speed and then do a timid nature just to help you out there. But that's only if you want to run Tinted Lens. Now, and as for moveset, Air Slash is a no-brainer. I think Air Slash is a staple for Yanmega. It pretty much works, and it helps in terms of boosted stab and everything. And then Psychic I decided to add because, I felt that a lot of fighting types were becoming a problem with this. But again, Psychic can just help against, what's it called? There's a lot of Pokemon that can, like Yanmega can help in terms of Psychic. Like no one will see Psychic coming with Yanmega. Again, Shadow Ball just to help you against Aegislash or any Ghost types like that, since again, Steel and Ghost type are no longer a big threat anymore. And then Signal. I decided this time we'd go Signal Beam instead of Bug Buzz because Signal Beam, getting that confusion can really help you and just get your health up. You could use this for double battles. I would suggest if you're gonna do it for double battles, set it up with a Pokemon that can heal other Pokemon, and just try to get your Yanmega to kind of be a setup sweeper. I mean, you can't set up really with this. It's more of just, try to hit as hard as possible while at the same time taking as many hits as possible. So if you want to set up, you would have to put this in with a Baton Passer. And the only thing that's going to be boosted here is your speed boost. So again, this one is more of just an oddball set. You can try messing around with it or try testing out and see if this actually works. So that's pretty much all the Yanmega sets I had to show you guys. If you feel that there's a certain Pokemon you want me to review or do a set about, just leave it in the comments and I will consider it. Alright? And yeah, that is all I have to talk about. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't seen my last video, I'm going to leave a link up here and a link down there. So go check it out if you like. And I hope to see you guys later. PokemonCPC signing out.